Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about hair. This is going to be another hair that doesn't suck video. Basically, this is going to be hair extensions that's great for fine hair, thin hair, fine, thin hair. So if you're interested to see what I think is best and why, what my experience is, then let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah if you are new, and thank you so much for clicking and coming on in. If you end up liking today's content, make sure to give it a like down there. Make sure I get on the right side. And if you like me, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. But let's get on with what we're here for. But hair extensions for fine, thin hair. Why is that like a big deal? Well, because when you have fine, thin hair, everything shows underneath. And so hiding extensions can be difficult. Now, believe it or not, I'm wearing extensions right now. And you would never know it. So the first type are clip-ins, and as you can see, it's a whole set. Now these are older ones. There are thinner ones, but I'll tell you about the differences between those in a second. But to wear these, what you would have to do, or what's best to do, especially for fine, thin hair, is you need to get some volume in your hair, so that way the bunchiness of them isn't as noticeable, which would mean teasing your hair, teasing it, and adding hairspray, like in every little section where you're going to clip it in. The second thing about that is the time. You have to like section off your hair each time for each section, do the teasing and do the hairspray for each one. Yeah, that adds up. And so I got tired of this and I was just like, I can't be bothered, you know? It was just really it just became too much. So the other thing, even after taking all the time and doing all the hassle parts about getting your clip-ins in, my head would get tender to the clips eventually, like throughout the day. And that eventually came kind of quickly. That was the other thing that really deterred me from continuing to wear these, was just that it kind of became painful. The other thing is now they have come out with silicone wefted clip-ins. So they're a lot thinner, which is gonna make them a lot less noticeable. It still takes time. And the other thing is you still got clips all up in all over your head, and it's uncomfortable. Okay, so next we're gonna talk about semi-permanent hair extensions. I dabbed for the first time into the semi-permanent realm. Here is my old set. You can see which ones here I didn't wear. They didn't get cut and they never got the original color washed out. But anyways, so these are my tape-ins. There are a couple of different forms of semi-permanent extensions. There's a new way called sew-ins, where they take a long weft and they might sew in like a couple of them. I think they're all the same in the sense that you have to get them lifted X number of weeks. I had to go like every 6 weeks. I couldn't go 8 weeks. It just was getting too grown out. But before I digress, so there's sew-ins, there's like the beaded keratin, and now they have like these little silicone beads that they do, and tape-ins. I'm pretty sure that's all of them. So I did the tape-ins and they were gorgeous. I loved them. The length and the fullness and feeling like you just are born with this hair, like just when you look at it, you know? I loved that feeling. I felt sexier, and it just, you know, give you extra life, right? The really cool thing about the tape-ins was that, like, unlike the clip-ins, they're not bulky, and you're just putting a little wefty. I have these all tied up together, but I'll show you. Give it like that. See how thin that is? So like it's not a lot to hide underneath your hair, and even though you're putting a whole bunch everywhere, you don't get that kind of bulkiness, and hiding them or whatever is a lot easier and more comfortable than the clip-in. And like these are still in really good condition, even though I haven't worn these now for like a year, but I always put oil in them and did like a hair mask on them, and really gentle brushing them out, that kind of thing. Just took really good care of them. My stylist was always really impressed with how good mine continued to look. So are these my favorite? I don't hate them, but they're not my favorite. And here's why tape-ins are not my favorite. In the beginning, you know, it's kind of a learning curve about where to place them as far as the back of the crown of my head, because that's where my hair is like really thin and really, I don't know, showy, I guess, because I ended up going to church and a friend was like, you got a tape showing. And so I was like, oh, thank you. You know, sweep that hair back to cover that, and then that night I had to come home and take that out. The other thing is that, and this goes in the realm of any semi-permanent tape, semi-permanent extension, is just the discomfort of when you first get them put in. They're really tight. Eventually what happened was I started to become claustrophobic, and literally a week after I had paid to have them lifted, I took them out. I was done. I was just like, I can't. It was like my skin was crawling. I couldn't stand it anymore. It also really sucked taking them out because my natural hair had been blended to look nice with the extensions. So when I didn't have the extensions, my hair looked shaggy. It was overly layered. Like you would never do that with just your natural hair alone. So it looked bad. That's just something to be aware of, that it's just a phase you're gonna have to go through. So upkeep costs. Let's talk moolah, okay? Now it depends on the length of the extensions. Longer they are, the more they cost. The other thing is, and this is gonna be something that your stylist is gonna have to be there for to make the recommendation for, but the number of wefts that you need is going to impact the cost. So the nice thing is if you have fine thin hair, you're not gonna need as much. So I think mine were like around 100, 120 for the full set, and we didn't even use them all. I have 8 wefts here that we didn't use. You know, getting semi-permanent extensions kind of reminds me of buying a horse. I live out in the country on some property and people are like, oh, you're gonna get a horse. And I'm like, no, they cost too much. You know why? She's licking herself. Do you mind? It's not the cost of the purchase of the horse. It's the upkeep. I saved myself money by taking them out myself, which was the recommendation of my stylist because she knew I was trying to save money, that I wasn't just gonna blow all sorts of cash and hours at the salon to have them done every time. And I think it was like it was at least $100 every 6 weeks just for her. I would bring them to her like this. So I would take them out and then I would wash them and let them air dry. Try to use as little amount of heat as possible. Always use heat protectants. Let them dry, and then I would take them to her and then she would put them in. But it still took, even on someone with, you know, less hair like me, it still would take an hour and a half, I think it was. And so it was like between 1 and 150 every 6 weeks. So as far as where I purchased these, I did get these off Amazon, and these were full shine. I think these were the full shine ones, and the full shine are really, really nice. You just always want to make sure that they're just 100% human Remy hair. That is pretty much it for the costs of them. So they're not my favorite. They're not all bad, but they're just not my favorite. These are my favorite. These are halo style hair extensions. They are very quick to put in. They are incredibly comfortable. They are very natural. Make sure, like I just mentioned, you know, 100% human Remy hair. But yeah, the halo is my new absolute favorite for fine thin hair. The hair itself is fine, so the texture of it will match your own natural hair. And why is it so, it's kind of like an orangey on camera. Let me hop off camera and see if I can fix this. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I mean, it's my hair now, my highlights, it's just a nice like medium brown hair. So I actually have a set in right now. These do come, I will show you, and it really varies based on the set that you get, because I had a friend who ordered a set recently and hers had like 4 clips in it, but this is my long set and it only has 2 clips. And it's totally optional whether or not you use the clips or not. Basically, if you don't clip them in, yes, they can fall out, but they hang off of this invisible, can you see it? Invisible wire, and it's stretchy. And so like, if you're gonna like play with your hair like this, right, you might end up going like this. You know, so someone's gonna be like, her hair's growing and going back. Like, that's kind of weird. Don't let anyone catch you stretching your hair. Anyways, but they are also adjustable. So you can take the hook that's right here and you can loop it through a more inside loop. And it totally works. I was doing that because I had a longer string on, and then what helped solve the issue for me was that I noticed that one of my sets came with a shorter string, and so I did that, and then I was able to go to the more outer end loop for my sizing. But you guys, these are so comfortable. So like right now, I do have the 2 clips adhered for the ones that I'm wearing, but it's like no big deal. Can you see the wire? It's pretty undetectable. There, you see it? It's coming through here. I usually wear it about like an inch or like 2 inches back from the my hairline, and that's just where I find it to be most comfortable. I'm gonna show you how to put them in by first. So this is what the 16-inch looks like with my own hair, and this set is actually medium brown all the way through. I really need to go in and color the roots of it darker to just make it look better. It's not necessary, like I don't have to do it, but that's what we. So I'm just gonna undo the clips, lift them, just kind of do that to get out of the way, and then all you do is from the top here, I'm gonna lift. And just be gentle. Sometimes I'll have a hair or 2 that catches, and it'll kind of like rough them up a little bit. But there you go. See, and here's what I'm working with. I'll give you a side by side. Me now and me a couple seconds ago with the extensions in. Can you believe the difference? This is all my hair, you guys. This is all of it. There's none back in the back of my head. Look, I mean, there is a none. That's all of it. Yeah, so these are the 16 inchers, and I really like these. They're way less noticeable because they're not super like longer than my hair, which ends up just giving me like a really nice fullness that you saw. All right, let's get into how to put them in. Okay, so first things first, you're gonna need like some sort of like claw clippy thing, any kind or whatever. And this is gonna be your best friend, a rat tail comb, I think is what it's called. I tried using like a pick because I had like a pick that has like, you know, like 4 little tongs, and no, it does not work the same. You need this guy. So like, I'll link it below with everything else. I'll link all the extensions below for you. You need this. It's like a couple bucks on Amazon, no big deal. Okay, so I'm gonna start up here around the temple area, and what you wanna do is you're gonna, as you come back, you're gonna drop down, because it's like a halo. It's like a halo. It's not gonna go straight around your head. It's going to drop. So you want to go the way it's naturally going to fall on your head. So I'm going to drop down. Basically, you're going to end up bringing your fingers together around the nape of your neck, like just a little, like up right in that soft spot down there. Then just get this up out of the way. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna put in the long ones right now. So what you wanna do, get like a really nice gentle brush and just give them a brush through. Get all those tangles out. You wanna make sure that your clips are closed so that they're not catching and trying to pull on your hair. You're gonna bring it around back of your head, and then you're gonna bring the wire up and around, and then you're gonna let this fall. So I got pretty close to where I brought my hair up into where this is hanging. If your extensions are hanging a lot lower than this, and they're like hitting you like at the top of your neck, they're too big. And you need to size them one way with either a shorter wire, or you need to take the wire hooks and take it in some, like I showed you earlier. So you'll just have to like figure that out and just kind of like look for what feels right. So, okay, so I'm gonna open up the clips, and then I'm just gonna slip them in and close them. Okay, here's where this becomes so important. Got you leaned in. Don't fall, camera. Okay, all you're gonna do is whatever hair is behind the band, you're gonna take and you're gonna pull back away. And you just take your time and be gentle. And then whatever hair is on this side of the band, I'm gonna drag like this, and then I'm gonna just pull towards the front. And make sure you get it all like around your ear and stuff too. You're just gonna go like so. And you really want to like get that clean line break. It will help the wire hide more, and it'll be more comfortable. You won't get like random hairs pulling on you or anything. So just pull the hair away. I mean, it gets to be super seamless. Oops, I moved my wire a little bit, but that's okay. This comb is everything for wearing these extensions. So I paid for the 20 inchers. I'll have it posted below, but they were like $90. And my 16 inchers were like $50, $60. So quite a difference. See, I need to. So now we're gonna do the other side. Just gonna drag. And seriously, like, take your time doing this. Like, it's still taking a lot less time than if I were to do clip-ins, to do like a full set of clip-ins. So, and then you have the comb, if you want to just comb through any of your hair, which when you have nice fine, especially if your hair's straight, it's really easy to do. Just gonna pull it to the front. If you guys have any questions that I'm not covering, please make sure to leave them down in the comments below. I will make sure to answer all of your questions. I'm very happy to. And that's it. So really, that was super quick. Actually, I probably should be able to figure out, I'll put a timestamp down here for how long that took me to do that whole process. But so this is what they look like. Bring around. So now you can see, so like here's my natural hair, and here's the hair extensions. So that's a really big difference in length. You would never naturally have them cut like that. So if I were to go through and curl or like wave, these are, I use the waver on these, then it would be seamless. Like when I do all of my head like that, it is super seamless and you can't even tell. I just love these. I really like having both lengths. It's super handy. But yeah, you can't tell anything about it. There are going to be limitations still to the hairstyles, but there are tons of hairstyles that you still can do with the extensions in. And there are lots of fun tutorials on YouTube you can look up on how to do with your extensions. I'm not a really great hairstylist. I do very basic things, so I'm not going to pretend that I am going to be your resource for fancy updos or any of that, okay? Because that would just be a big fat lie. But I can do this. So, but isn't this freaking cute? Like, oh, it's awesome. I love it. So make sure you always use a heat protectant. This is the memory mist from Way. There's 1,000 of them out there, Chi or L'Oreal ones. Like, just get one. Be really gentle on them. Take really good care of them, which means hydrating them. So they're not going to get washed and hydrated as often as your natural hair because you're not having to take a shower in them. So really try to be mindful for like how many times you've worn them, and like, are they kind of starting to feel frizzy or something? If so, it's time to, you know, give them a gentle shampoo and give them a really good conditioning, maybe a mask, and then afterwards let them air dry, and then or like when they're kind of towel dried. And again, be very gentle, no roughing up, no scrub to dry them out. It's always just squeeze with a towel. In fact, I don't even use cotton terry towels to dry my hair. I use the like microfiber camp towels to dry my hair because my head can't hold a body towel on my head. It like hurts my neck. I think that's just because of the arthritis in my neck. So I only ever use a camp towel, and frankly, it absorbs more water anyways. It's way better for your hair. So then it's squeeze, and then add some oil, hair oil to the ends of them to really take good care of them, and they will last you a really long time. So the last thing that I will share with you is how to store them, and this is really for any of your unused hair extensions, but a dust bag is a really great way to take care of your hair extensions when you're not wearing them. So if you just absolutely don't want to spend another $10 on your hair extensions, you totally could use the plastic bag that most hair extensions come in. It usually has snaps at both ends. Oh, here, I'll just show you one. So if you absolutely don't want to spend $10 more on taking care of your hair extensions, you absolutely can use one of the bags that they come in. This is probably for a 20-incher, but there's snaps at both ends, and that way you can slip them in and then take them out like that. You never want to like go against the grain of the hair, right? It would just like rough them up. That's all you can do though, is store them in these. So I highly recommend spending the extra $10 on a dust bag. So the cool thing is it comes with this hanger, and it's like a pant hanger, and it's lined with this really nice gentle felt. And I'll show you. What you do is you open it like so, and then I just slip the extension in, and I'm not really crazy anal about having the full weft be like all the way up high. It's okay if it dips a little bit. You just don't want to be stretching out the wire, and then they hang like this. And you know what else is really cool about this is you can hang this up and use it as a holder when you're washing them, when you're letting them dry. So then this is the bag that they come in, and there is a little hanger hole at the top, and all you do is shove this in here. Now I would make sure go with like one of the links that I have down below, because I've already gone through the hassle of having purchased one of these from a company where they didn't make the bag wide enough for there to be extra room on the sides. And so what happened was it was long enough, and I put the hair in and all that, and then when you wanted to get the hanger out of the top, I was having to like force and the hanger with the extensions, because the extensions are wider than the hanger, and it was forcing up into it, and it was tight, and it was just, that was like extra like friction and just roughness on them that was totally unnecessary and shouldn't be happening. And so yeah, so the bags that I chose here are wide enough, and I think they might have a pink option as well. I don't remember, but I didn't really care about that. So, and then you just zip her up, and she's gonna stay nice and soft and straight, and nothing's gonna happen to it, you know. And if you're gonna go traveling or on a trip, then you know you can just fold it up like so. It'd be nice and flat, and they're not gonna get tangled or roughed up, you know, like that's all the issues. So, but here I just go and I hang them in the closet over here, and they stay good. And the other really cool thing is I'll show you my empty one. This has to protect your extensions from the zipper. It has like a flap or a zipper cover so your hair can't get caught in the zipper, which is really nice. Okay, that was a mouthful. I think that's it. If there's anything that I didn't cover, again, please go leave it down in the comments below. I will make sure to answer any questions that you have, any concerns, any help that you need. I will do my best. I'm not a hairstylist. I'm just someone who's gone through the experience of the other types and found something that I truly love. I love how fast they are to put in. I love the way they look. I love the way they feel. They're so comfortable, and you can get them for a really good price. I will have everything linked below. They're basically all Amazon links, Amazon purchases, and so they are affiliated. It does not cost you any extra pennies at all, but it does help to support me if you were to choose to use the links, any of the links below. It will definitely save you time in not having to sift through all of the listings on Amazon to find what's gonna be a good one. I've been through it, I feel them, I have physically gone and I can touch them, you know, I know what's good, and hopefully you can benefit from that. I think that's gonna be it for today for hair extensions for fine thin hair. I hope you really enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know what you think. And again, if you liked today's content, make sure to hit that like button. And if you like me, please make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any of my future videos. Hopefully I'll see you down in the comments, and until next time, stay well, stay blessed. I'm sorry for them. They're so distracting and annoying.